It's the morning weather briefing. This is for Wednesday, the 7th of August. I'm James Spann. Alabama's weather will feature dry conditions for the rest of the week and the weekend. We think today will be the hottest day of the week, but the good news, the heat levels come down by the time the weekend arrives. And, of course, we're still watching Tropical Storm Debby to the east of Alabama. Let's begin with the upper air look across the country early this morning. Heat ridge to the west. We have Debby to the east. Mid-latitude westerlies up north. And the good news, the rain rates have really decreased with Tropical Storm Debby. This is great news for our friends in the Carolinas. Some dry air worked into the system yesterday, and that has really reduced the rain rates. Still, they're going to see some tropical rain at times, but again, things look pretty good over there this morning. We are in the 70s to start the day. We're expecting highs in the upper 90s in most spots today. We think this will be the hottest day of the week. Parts of the state under a heat advisory, and again, I'm not a big fan of this. For example, if you drive from Walker County to Cullman County, you're not going to notice the difference. This is a Weather Service criteria thing, but those counties in orange, that's where the heat index could hit 105, but trust me, everybody's going to be hot today. And again, upper 90s are likely. We got flash flood watches off to the east because of Debby for parts of the Carolinas and Virginia. Maybe a couple of isolated tornadoes for eastern North Carolina later today and tonight. There's a marginal risk there, a marginal risk over the Great Plains states. Tomorrow again, Debby could bring a few isolated tornadoes to the middle Atlantic coast. And on day 3, which is Friday, got a marginal risk from Delaware up to near New York City, including much of New Jersey. And again, that's the remnants of Debby. Here's a look at rain for the next 7 days. And again, for most of Alabama, just basically nothing. No rain at all for most of the state between now and Wednesday morning of next week. And there might be a few isolated showers by Tuesday for the southern counties, but even there, probably not that much. Obviously, the big rains up the eastern seaboard with the remnants of Debby, from the Carolinas up into parts of New York State. So speaking of the tropics, it's really quiet. And I know you're not supposed to use the Q word here when it comes to weather or health care or whatever, but hey, it's quiet. Again, Debby is off the coast of South Carolina. That little wave in the Caribbean, it's just not going to happen. The Hurricane Center has backed off on the development. It's got it down to a 10% chance of this developing. And again, the odds of that turning into something very low at this point. So we can celebrate the fact that here we are in mid-August. And again, Debby is on the board. We know that. But elsewhere, it's very calm. But keep in mind, September and October can be very active months for hurricanes. And again, most of the long-range guys believe it will still be an active season. So here's a look at the track of Debby. And again, you can see that the system is finally going to get out of there by the time the weekend gets here. In the short term, this will just kind of slowly come back into South Carolina. The circulation center this morning is about 65 miles east-southeast of Charleston. And again, it comes back into South Carolina by tomorrow. By tomorrow night, it will be in North Carolina. Thursday night, Maryland. And again, by the time we get to Sunday night, it's going to be up there in the North Atlantic as a post-tropical system. So we can say so long to Debby by the weekend. And again, on the journey northeast, there are going to be some pretty good rains up into the northeast United States. But all of that stays east of here. So model fans, here we go, the GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid today at 4. Heat ridge nosing in here from the west, Debby off to the east. And again, hot and dry for Alabama, with many spots today seeing highs in the upper 90s. A sizzler. There's the high-resolution HER valid this evening at 6 o'clock. And understand on any summer day, even in this pattern, technically the chance of rain, it's not zero, but when it gets under 10%, we don't mention the chance of rain. But could there be a speck or two out there? Yes, but most everybody will be dry. Tomorrow, Debby is over South Carolina. The GFS, by the way, is finally getting on board with the European for many, many, many days, the GFS kept trying to suggest that Debby would come back into Alabama and make it rain on Friday and Saturday, and that just was dead wrong. The rain shield well to the east. Again, we'll be in the middle 90s. This is Friday. We're dry with low to mid 90s, but Saturday we'll have an air mass change. Debby slingshots out of here in the same trough that's going to send Debby into Canada. We'll pull down some drier air. This is precipitable water on Saturday. And the shades of orange and yellow, that's the deep tropical moisture, and the shades of green and blue, that's dry continental air. And you can see in the wake of Debby, that dry air pushes southward. And I don't like to use the word cooler in August. I mean, come on, it never gets cool here in August. We know that. But we'll say the weather not as hot. Parts of North Alabama could stay in the upper 80s on Saturday and Sunday, with lows getting down in the 60s by Saturday, Sunday, Monday mornings. So as August weather goes, it should be relatively comfortable. Again, not necessarily cooler, but less humid. Nights cooler. This is Sunday, just dry as could be. We'll go to Monday. We're still dry. Tuesday, pretty much dry. We might mention a slight chance of a shower Tuesday. Highs kind of creeping back up in the low to mid 90s. And a week from today, this is Wednesday, August 14th, a northwest flow aloft, and obviously, in a pattern like that, not much rain. Again, we'll mention a slight chance of a shower, but most places dry. Again, highs low to mid 90s. Let's go out 10 days. This is Friday of next week, August 16th. Ridge axis a little to the west, and just maybe toward the end of next week, we'll see a few scattered showers and storms returning. But it's a pretty dry look here for the next 15 days. This is the rain for Birmingham coming off the European ensemble. And the mean is the green line. It's well under 1 inch between now and the 22nd of August. So just not a lot of rain here. Here's a look at heat levels. Temperatures coming off the national blend of models. We peaked today at 97, but by the weekend, the highs go back to near 90. And again, for the northern third of the state, many spots will likely see upper 80s and lows getting down in the 60s here by Sunday, Monday morning. So a little break in the humidity, but then we bounce back in the low to mid 90s for much of next week. And the latest long-range guidance, this is for August 14th through August 20th. Temperatures a little above average. Hey, nice summer sunset across the great state of Alabama late yesterday. Pretty much a cloudless sky. Gulf Coast looked great. I was at Panama City Beach. And for those that are beach bound, of course, the school's back this week, so the crowds have really thinned out. Now's a good time to go, but we see no trouble there. Anybody recognize this lighthouse? That would be the one at Port St. Joe. And if you look carefully, you'll see the little crescent moon up in the sky there last night. Our friend Russ McKinney, an amazing astrophotographer, took that shot of that little moon sliver in the sky last night. All right, so don't forget we have a book signing in Utah Saturday coming to Greene County, Alabama. Looking forward to seeing everybody there. We're going to be doing a little miniature storm spotting session, severe weather spotting session at 9. And then we'll do a book signing, the traditional book signing between 9:30 and 11:30. And we don't have enough storm spotters in West Alabama. I'll tell you that right now. It's critical. And if you come sit with us for a little bit, you'll learn a whole lot about thunderstorms and what you're looking for, how to stay safe. And again, we'll have All You Can Do Is Pray. That's our book about April 27, 2011. Weathering Life, My Story. Our children's books are great. The Benny and Chipper series. All the cool shirts and hats and everything. So come see us. Utah, Greene County at the Young Center on Greensboro Street, the community center, starting at 9 o'clock. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.